full caps again. Feeling good equals vibrating good equals getting good. Laughing equals feeling good. If you feel good, it's because you believe you'll get what you want. Don't put a time limit on when you'll get it, because then you'll start to doubt. And when you doubt, that prevents the whole process from working anyways. So, let me get this straight. I'm supposed to think about what I want, but not concern myself with when I get it. So, if I ever get it, then it worked! And if I don't get it, I won't be able to complain until I'm dead. That's pretty much what we're getting at here. And when you believe what you want, you'll get them eventually. The secret is that your brain is a transmitter of frequency, and that unlike a radio transmitter signal, your brain signal does not weaken with distance. Are you fucking kidding me? Unlimited range psychokinesis. Could you tell me what they are watching on TV in Alpha Centauri? Your transmission also affects other brains, so when you want something, something wants you. Not volitionally, but using the law of attraction, which is a more powerful law than gravity. And especially since gravity is just a theory and those stars just, happen. It also has an infinite speed of transmission! Oh, fuck, let's just break all physics while we're at it. So the transmission is felt the moment it is transmitted. Fuck this slow-ass shit. 3G my ass. Oy. Even from thousands of miles away. This is why, when I believed that I would get a Rolls Royce, I saw a Rolls Royce on the freeway, because it is being attracted into my life. I wonder if the driver of the Rolls Royce really felt good when it started veering to the left. They're like, what the fuck? I could also feel the Rolls Royce getting closer and closer, and more a part of my reality. And don't will it too hard. Rolls Royce, Rolls Royce, Rolls Royce. The ultimate step is when it finally comes into existence, and I have the Rolls Royce to drive. It helped that I went out and bought a Rolls Royce. But I have one. You can be as specific or as general as you want about your desires. You can attract love, etc., into your life as well. Laughing equals alkaline state equals disease can't exist. Laugh away your cancers. Oh wait, no, eat the seeds, because they're so indigestible it helps. Basically, the idea is this. You listen to people who have what you want. I am just a messenger of this information. Kevin Trudeau. As printed in his book, there are natural cures for virtually all diseases. For example, acid reflux disease was just something made up. It's actually heartburn. So, all of you out there who have suffered from acid burning through your esophagus, you just made it up. Think happy. By drug companies, which are publicly traded corporations and therefore have a legal obligation to increase profit by selling more drugs to sell drugs. What might be implied, I use the word might because people don't always sense what might be intentionally implied by other people, is that acid reflux, aka heartburn, is caused by too much acid. This is not true. It is also caused by too little acid. Eh? Don't believe me? Next time you see, or someone you know gets acid reflux, tell him or her to drink some vinegar or some other acid. Sulfuric works great. The heartburn will go away in comparison. What Nexium does, the drug for heartburn, is get rid of all the acid in the stomach so that your body senses a lack of acid in the stomach, and then your brain sends a signal that there is no acid in your stomach, so that in turn your body produces a lot of acid in your stomach, and therefore you naturally feel better since you have more acid than before. The fuck? When I have a lot of acid in my stomach because I've been eating a lot of acidic foods, if I've been drinking a shit ton of orange juice while drinking soda and eating, pasta with red sauce, I generally don't continue eating and consuming acidic food in order to in order to relieve my stomach. I drink milk. I give the acid something to do. Works for me. Maybe it's just because I laugh while I drink milk, because I like to see it come out of my nose. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. The 4 non-supernatural causes of disease. Since God can cause the plagues of Egypt during the time referred to in the book of Exodus in the NIV version of the Bible, are 1. Toxins in the food. Basically, if your food is non-organic, it has massive amounts of poisons in it, etc. All natural food, like ketchup, is much healthier than non-organic ketchup. Ugh. So having bugs and shit crawl all over your food before you get it is infinitely healthier than chemicals to keep them away that are washed off afterwards. High fructose corn syrup and MSG, monosodium glutamate, make the eater/drinker feel bad because they block energy flow in the body. Wouldn't it kill you then? Or does he mean spiritual energy? They are also specifically designed to block transmissions from your brain. Oh, God, okay. We got the new conspiracy theory. Thank you. That's why my wish for a sandwich didn't work. It's because I'm drinking tea with high fructose corn syrup in it, and that is specifically designed to block my inherent psychic powers. I'll explain why this is important later. Oh, please do. Artificial sweeteners also block your brain's ability to transmit frequencies. This is bad. Bad breath and smelly pits are caused by toxins in the body. You went over this before, but before you said it was just all sweat. Test it out if you'd like. Try eating all natural meals / organic meals for 2 meals in a row, and drink only natural liquids.
be sure they are labeled all natural and not just made with natural ingredients, because the latter can mean that it's 1% natural and 99% artificial. And when you get that bag of organic lettuce in that plastic, know it's all natural. The more pharmaceutical prescription drugs somebody can convince you to take, the more powerless you become. Drugs cause disease because they are toxins themselves. Does this person not believe in germ theory either? They might actually be the first consistent person to say it's only a theory, because they actually do disbelieve everything that's a theory. This is partly why, another reason, because you have toxins in the food you're eating, you get sicker as you take drugs. Way more people die from taking correctly prescribed drugs than from taking vitamins. Pain. It's kind of like saying more people die from correctly prescribed drugs than die from playing Xbox 360. One of these things has no risk. And correctly prescribed doesn't necessarily mean they took them correctly. I remember there was one thing a while back in Pennsylvania when my mother was working for a medical collections firm, and there was one thing where they were going to recall this one drug because some people using it died. And it was, oh no, they died, we gotta recall the drug. Until we found out how they died. They were given their drug in the form of patches to be placed on the skin. They ate them. So they died. So just because they can be correctly prescribed doesn't necessarily mean they will be correctly taken. Drugs are only beneficial, outweighing the negative, when a person is in an emergency and that person needs to feel numbed or something like that. Oh, fucking goddamn shit. The second cause of disease is stress. The reason you are stressed is because I'm reading this bullshit. It's because you are focusing on what you don't want. And when you focus on what you don't want, that is exactly what you get. Worry is just... actually, since my brain transmitters are being blocked by all this high fructose corn syrup, then that doesn't work with me, does it? Ha ha! Gotcha, motherfucker. Worry is just negative goal setting because you are thinking about what you don't want to happen. So instead, focus on what you do want and believe that you'll get it. I have to mention, there was a study done with to examine the power of positive thinking, and people were taught the power of positive thinking, or not, and they took the group that was taught it and instructed them to be very positive and optimistic, and they set up a test for them, a mental test, something you'd have to study for and get this and that, and they took the other group, who they did not teach the power of positive thinking, and told them to do this very difficult test. And the people who were more pessimistic about it, were more concerned about what could go wrong, scored much higher than the people who were thinking happy thoughts. Because they studied harder, they were more concerned with what the hell was going on. They lived in a very concerned state and push forward. I'm not saying you should be freaking out over everything. I'm saying that this is clear bullshit. Personally, I became more and more doubt-free when it came to believing I would get my desires, and simultaneously, I became more and more happy and idiotic. I get everything. The third cause of disease is exposure to electromagnetic chaos. I'm gonna roll around all this electric shit. Uh-oh. Electromagnetic chaos comes from cell phone microwaves. Where the fuck did I put it? Cell phone microwaves. Where I can pop popcorn with it. As long as I have a microwave taken apart and put under the table so I can turn it on and then put the cell phone next to it after about 20 seconds of filming to make it look like it pops the popcorn and then post it on YouTube. Cell phone towers, satellites, and other electrical machinery. You can't avoid this, so get an electromagnetic chaos eliminator, otherwise known as a tinfoil hat. They come as stickers, necklaces, etc. And remember, if you start to feel better after reading this, it's probably because you're focusing on not wanting to get a diseases from electromagnetic. If you start to feel bad after reading this, it's probably because you're focusing on not wanting to get a diseases from electromagnetic exposure, so stop focusing on what you don't want. Smiley face. No, he is not a subscriber to Germ Theory. The fourth cause of disease, out of the total of 4 natural, because that's not counting God, he's supernatural. The fourth cause of disease is a lack of nutrients. Take vitamins. Also, toxins make it harder for the body to absorb nutrients. So when you eat something like McDonald's non-organic burgers, it's a double whammy, since you can figure it out. Smiley face. Now, I felt like shit after eating that McDonald's burger, but I'm pretty sure the organicness of it had nothing to do with that. I'm pretty sure it was just a really shitty burger. And the meat tasted old. The mushrooms were fucking overcooked. And they looked like they had been sitting around all day long. And who needs that much mayonnaise on a burger? And on top of that, I don't know how long that mayonnaise had been sitting at room temperature. Ugh. Distinguish that certain facts are just opinions, like rumors, and like what people did. Just because it makes sense doesn't automatically mean that it's true. Oh. So just because we have this whole list of phylogeny and the evolutionary tree and all the branches off and everything, and we can trace everything back into there, it makes perfect fucking sense. That doesn't mean it's true. Aristotle Onassis became the richest man in the world during the time right after one of the world wars. That was because he distinguished fact from opinion. What exactly did he distinguish? Well, there was a glut of ships during the war because if you used the ship, it would get torpedoed. Glut? People would have to pay to get rid of ships. The fact that there was a glut of ships turned out to be an opinion. Aristotle Onassis saw that. So he figured that after the war, shipping would increase to more than the rate before the war. Aristotle Onassis then went and bought every ship he could. Within 3 years, he became the richest man in the world. It may take a while for you to feel better and better about and to believe more and more automatically, but don't give up. Give up, because there's a difference between someone playing the stock market right and someone saying, well, evolution, that just makes too much sense. Everything that makes sense is man-made and therefore false. My daddy taught me that a talking snake fucked the whole all of us 6,000 years ago, and that's how it is. Don't give up! That's the key. Never give up. You will get them. Even if you want to be a billionaire. But very few people have this desire. The reason there are so few billionaires in the world is because so few people want to be billionaires. Of course! Oh. Which is perfectly fine. Just because you're not wealthy doesn't mean you're less of a person or worth less intrinsically. Yeah. How do you... Well, very few people want to be billionaires. Go up and ask, a large group usually helps, about 5,000 people, whether or not they want to be billionaires. And tally up those who say, hell yes, those who say, maybe, those who say, no opinion, those who say, not sure, and those who say, hell no. I'm relatively certain that over 4,990 are going to say hell yeah. When desiring things, don't worry about how 99.9% of the how is off your radar screen. You can't even imagine the how. And when you believe you'll get something, your actions that you do towards the goal will be a joy and a pleasure, because those are two different things. However, it's not your genius or your actions that get you the stuff. It's your thoughts. Like Magneto. How awesome is God that he would design a grand universe with so much complexity and with laws as amazing as a law of attraction. For I like big butts, and I cannot lie. And to know, as a child, we were right. All you have to do is believe. Like a child, as the saying goes. And you'll get what you want. Did this person remember when Texas prayed for rain? I'm not afraid of the 10,000 strikes you've practiced once, but I am definitely afraid of the one strike you've practiced 10,000 times. That's a quote. He doesn't give a source. And, what the hell is he getting at? There's just a random proverb in the middle there. And another proverb following it. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Practice correctly. Smiley face. You have to be teachable. The billionaires are most childlike in the sense that they are the most teachable. You also must be willing to accept change and don't justify your bad situation like by saying, I like my 15-year-old car, for example. But now after that, you got in parentheses, but if you truly like the 15-year-old cars because you like them and not because you can't believe you'll get a better car, I'm getting off your back. Smiley face. Get back to how you reject germ theory. That was funny. Oh. Oh my God. We're on the last paragraph. Here goes. Say you want to sell your house. Why do you want to sell your house? I'm giving an example, because you want to get the money from your first house so that you can combine it with other money to get a bigger house. Okay, but wait a minute! There might be a better way for you to end up with that house. You fucked up biology, history, fucking government, medicine, fucking automobiles. Don't go into realty. I don't see it ending well with you. Another example is investment. Say you want somebody to invest in your business. Well, did he actually stop on realty? Why do you want that? So your business and be successful. Why do you want your business to be successful? So you can feel like you've achieved something and are rich and powerful. The method may not be what you expect, but the end result is the same. The example Kevin Trudeau gives is this. He was trying to sell his house. All his advisors and other people thought it was the right time to sell the house. However, Kevin couldn't line this up, and so he didn't sell the house. 6 months later, a major Hollywood producer was looking for property. He saw the house and fell in love with it. He said he's got to have it. And then he offered. And I guess that's the last bit, and it truncated because it just ends. I can't click on that ... can I? No. No fucking reason to half of that. What? God. Why? What was he hoping to accomplish by sending this? The only good thing to come of it is that I actually found that really awesome science channel. Other than that, I mean, unless this is that specific channel's viral marketing campaign, I went into this kind of looking forward to hear all the different arguments and say what I could, give my opinion. But after the first few times, he just really just repeated the same thing over and over and over and over. And the vast majority of this had nothing to do with anything except the power of positive thinking. And, I need a